Hi, my name is Josephine Wilkins, and this is a video entitled Creating Safety. What I want to do is I want to give you very practical and real tips and tools to assist you when you feel that you're being attacked by someone else or if you're attacking yourself. To be very clear, if you're in a situation of physical danger or harm, I want you to remove yourself immediately. This video is instead facing and looking at the topics of when you're getting energetically or verbally attacked. To begin, let's start with looking at a situation when someone is attacking you. So when someone is attacking you, it's important to first understand that they're in a state of an unbalanced ego. Now, what is an ego, I believe? I believe that the ego was created by us when we first came down to help us identify with this physical world. Now, through a process of evolution, we have become more aware that we are physical beings and yet we are also non-physical. In that duality, it's the ego that helps root us continually in a healthy sense of self-esteem and self-identity. When the ego gets unbalanced, it's really a cleansing of our experience and an opportunity for healing. When someone is coming at us, attacking us, they are triggered and they're in an unbalanced ego. Now, what we have done, so many of us so often before, is that we meet them in our unbalanced ego and the situation becomes inflamed and worse. Or what happens is that when someone begins attacking us, we leave the situation feeling totally deflated and defeated because we have really synced up with their energy and negativity. Now, what I'm calling you to do is something different, which might at first seem very radical, but I promise you that in some ways and circumstances, you have witnessed this through examples of others, or you may have done it yourself. I am calling you to move into the mode of being a spiritual warrior, so that in these situations and circumstances, you actually choose kindness and love. Now, what we have become familiar with is only sharing love and kindness and compliments and appreciation with others when they are nice to us. Now, that's nice and it has a wonderful interchange, but actually when someone is attacking us is when they need that type of appreciation the most. Why? Because that is what starts to disassemble and crack the unbalanced ego. That's what allows healing to happen and for that ego to move back into a balanced state and for spirit to move forward. Yes. So I want to give you a specific example of something that inspired me recently. I'm working with a client and she came to me and she said, all areas of my life are getting more balanced. I'm really excited. I'm applying these principles of love and compassion to others and things are working wonderfully. But the area with my mother-in-law is still a real challenge. She is a total jerk and she's really, really hard to be around. She drains me, la, 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 la. I was like, okay, I get excited because these are the most richest of opportunities. And she says to me, I know that I will see her this weekend for our upcoming baptism, and I'm really nervous because, like always, I'm afraid it's just going to go really crappy and I'm going to leave the event feeling horrible. And I said, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to focus on one thing that you really love and appreciate about your mother-in-law. It took her some time, but she came and was able to identify the fact that she really appreciated that her mother-in-law went way beyond the call of duty, preparing and getting and buying clothes for her grandson, for her baby, my client's baby. And so I said, great, awesome. And I also want you to remember your wonderful sense of humor. And as much as you're able, before the baptism, I want you to keep thinking about examples of things that you appreciate about your mother-in-law. So she gets to the baptism and just like is expected, the mother-in-law comes in and is in a horrible mood, is complaining about the traffic and the catering and la 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 la, on and on. And unlike ever before, my client moves into this spiritual warrior mode, where for the first time ever, she really starts taking that negative energy and actually utilizing it, shifting it like a Tai Chi move, utilizing it towards her advantage, and then she starts beaming back. love and kindness. So the mother-in-law starts complaining, la la la. My client notices that she really loves her hair and that her makeup looks really good that day. So she starts complimenting her and admiring her. She also cracks a couple jokes, trying to sort of diffuse the tension. And then she starts thanking her. She says, I never got a chance to really sit down and write you a thank you note. I'm sorry, I have a new baby, but I really appreciate the clothes that you bought. They actually were perfect. Well, what starts to happen, which is often what happens, is that the ego starts to crack. And it might take some time, but the person starts to soften. They start to open up. They start to receive the love that is coming at them, because that's really what they're yearning for and calling out truly by leading with attack. And so when you remember that and you remind them that they're spirit, you remind them that we are one energy, it's incredibly powerful. The reason why attacking other people back or kind of withdrawing and letting our energy lower to a different state doesn't really work is because it doesn't get us feeling good, but it's really based on the notion that we're separate. When you remember that you are one energy and that any mother-in-law, your mother-in-law, any person that's challenging you is an extension of you, you move into such a connection to source and to power that it's exhilarating. So the great news is that the relationship in that moment started to shift. Not only did my client really enjoy the baptism, but she left the event feeling empowered and inspired. The next day, the mother-in-law wrote her a beautiful email. And since then, the relationship continues to be a wonderful challenge for her, but it also provides her with the opportunity for her to step forward and be the best form, the most loving expression of who she is possible. I believe that we came down to planet Earth and chose a very challenging time. Planet Earth right now is intense. You know this. So we chose these dynamics and relationships and these things that we think just happen at our workplace where we're sitting right next to a jerk. Why couldn't we, be somewhere else or next to that person on the plane or whatever? Or you find a mother-in-law or who knows. But these people, I know, I really believe, have been magnetized towards you to elevate and to assist in increasing your vibration and really inspiring you to be the best version, the most magnificent spiritual warrior possible. It's also important to understand that these tips and tools of being a spiritual warrior and loving can really assist our own relationship with ourselves. So often I witness that the most heated battles occur when we are at war with ourselves, either criticizing or judging or condemning ourselves, what we could have done or didn't do, la 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 la. These relationships we have with ourselves are ripe and so rich in the opportunity for us to extend greater love. What does that look like and how does that occur? When you're having a bad day, bad life, instead of letting yourself get carried away in the sort of downfall of the negative energy that's spiraling outward, you instead take the opportunity to show up for yourself to the best of your ability and ask yourself simple questions like, how can I love you today? What do you need? What, sweetheart, can I provide for you? Do you need a nap? Do you need meditation? Do you need yoga? Do you need time in nature? Do you need time with your hubby, your best friend, your son, whatever? These are things I ask. You have your own questions. What is it that you need? And how is it to the best of my ability can I show up for you and love you? The more and more you do this, the more addictive it becomes. The more habituated it is in your reality to love. And the more you love, the easier things get. I am setting the intention that these tools assist and inspire you to move forward, opening up to all opportunities that are presented to you to create continual environments of safety, so that in each opportunity you become even more glorious and the magnificent spiritual warrior that you know you have the capability of being. I am sending a huge amount of love your way. Thank you. Bye-bye.